When you face the enforcers, you better get ready for war. Whoever loses this duel will have their duel disc destroyed. You disrespect the duel, you need to pay. Enforcing is what we do. Isn't it funny that I duel harder against my friends? Duel! Time to put the pedal to the metal. My turn. I won't let you win this duel. It's my turn. It's go time. My turn. It's my turn. I knew you'd be a tough one to beat. My turn. This is the perfect test to go beyond my limits. It's my turn. I draw. I draw. I draw. This draw will guide me to the future. I draw. How's this for an answer? There's still hope for me. I knew you'd try that. You're not the only one full of surprises. From my hand, I activate a spell card. I activate a quick play spell. I activate a continuous spell. I activate an equip spell. I activate a ritual spell. I activate my trap card. I activate my continuous trap. I activate my counter trap. Here's my face down card. I flip over my face down card. I activate my monsters effect. I activate a field spell. I activate an effect. I set the pendulum scale. I activate a pendulum effect. I activate a ritual spell. I activate my spell card. Advanced draw. I activate my spell card. Synchro gift. My equip spell. Junk Barrage! My quick play spell! Cosmic Flare! I activate my spell card! Necroid Synchro! Here's my quick play spell! Half Shot! I activate my spell card! Parallel Twister! My equip spell! Fighting Spirit! I activate my spell card 1 for 1! I activate my spell card! Release Restraint Wave! I activate my quick play spell! Blind Spot Strike! I activate my spell card! Tuning! The spell card! Cards of Consonance! I activate the spell card! Double Summon! I'm allowed to normal summon twice this turn! The equip spell! Silver Wing! I activate my spell card! Battle Waltz! The field spell! Starlight Junction! I activate my quick play spell! Limit Overdrive! I activate this card on my Junk Warrior! The quick play spell! Scrap Fist! I activate my spell card! Angel Baton! I reveal my trap card! D2 Shield! I flip over my trap card! Scrap Iron Scarecrow! The continuous trap! Graceful Revival! I flip over my trap card! Defense Draw! I activate my trap! Give and Take! I play my trap card! Shooting Star! I activate my trap! Synchro Strike! I activate the trap! Synchro Barrier! I activate my trap! Synchro Material! The trap card! Synchro Deflector! I activate my trap! Scramble Egg! The trap card! Stardust Respark! The trap card! Starlight Road! I activate my trap! Spirit Force! I activate my trap! Slip Summon! I activate my trap! Zero Force! I flip over my trap card! Tuner's Barrier! I reveal my trap card! Reinforced Truth! I activate my trap! Power Frame! The trap card Limiter Overload! When it's sent to the grave, I special summon Speed Warrior! Check out my trap card! Descending Lost Star! I activate the trap, Miracle's Wake! I activate the trap, Miracle Locus! I activate my trap, Hope for Escape! I activate my trap, Urgent Tuning! The trap card, Wild Tornado! What to do? I play my trap card, Card of Sacrifice. I haven't given up on the future. I flip over my trap card, Converging Wishes. Stardust Dragon embodies everyone's hopes and dreams, and it won't let them down. Converging Wishes, other effect. I activate my trap. Stardust Flash! My trap activates! Shining Silver Force! This will show that you're not in control of this duel. I flip over my trap card, Remote Revenge. I play my trap. Assault Mode activate! I activate my spell card. Card Rotator! I activate my quick play spell. Double Cyclone! I activate the continuous spell. Domino Effect! The continuous spell Domino Effect activates! I activate my equip spell. Prevention Star! Prevention Star activates when it's sent to the graveyard! I activate my quick play spell. Junk Signal! I activate my continuous spell. Synchro Chase. The continuous spell Synchro Chase's effect activates. I activate my quick play spell. Final Cross. I activate my continuous spell. On your mark, get set, duel. On your mark, get set, duel's effect activates. I send on your mark, get set, duel to the graveyard. I activate the spell card, Stardust Illumination. I banish Stardust Illumination from my graveyard. I activate my spell card, Majestic Absorption. I activate my spell card, Synchro Fellowship. I banish Synchro Fellowship from my grave to use its effect. I activate my spell card, Synchro Overtake. I activate my spell card, Synchro Overtop. I banish Synchro Overtop from my graveyard. I activate my continuous spell, Arrive in Light. Arrive in Light's effect activates. I activate the trap, Equip Shot. I activate my trap card, Confusion Chaff. I activate my continuous trap, Scrubbed Raid. I activate the continuous trap, Scrubbed Raid's effect. I activate my continuous trap, Desperate Tag. Desperate Tag's effect activates. I activate my trap, Scrap Iron Statue. Scrap Iron Statue activates when it's sent to the graveyard. I activate the trap, Scrap Iron Sacred Statue. Scrap Iron Sacred Statue activates when it's destroyed. I activate my continuous trap, Stardust Wish. Stardust Wish's effect activates. I activate my continuous trap, Majestic Mirage. Majestic Mirage's effect activates. Excel Synchron's effect activates. Armory Arms effect activates. I discard Effect Veiler from my hand to activate its effect. It negates your monster's effects until the end of the turn. Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect activates. Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect activates. Playing back. I activate Catapult Warrior's effect. Diving Catapult. Quickspan Knight's effect activates from the graveyard. Gravity Warrior gains attack from the monsters on your field. Power Gravitation. Gravity Warrior will force your monster to attack. Dual G Field. Cosmic Blazar Dragon's effect. Shooting Quasar Dragon's effect. When Shooting Quasar Dragon leaves, this dragon returns. Shooting Star Dragon's effect activates. I activate Junk Archer's effect. Bullseye Banishing. Junk Warrior gains the attack of my level 2 or lower monsters. The power of Fellowship. Junk Gardener's effect. Junk Synchron's effect. Junk Destroyer's effect activates. Tidal Sweep. Junk Berserker's effect. I activate Junk Karibo's effect. I send it to the graveyard to negate and destroy your card. Stardust Assault Warrior's effect. Check out Stardust Warrior's effect. Stardust Charge Warrior's effect activates. Stardust Dragon Assault Mode's effect. I activate Stardust Dragon's effect. Victim Sanctuary. Stardust Dragon's effect activates. I activate Speed Warrior's effect. Its original attack doubles until the end of the battle phase. Here's Majestic Star Dragon's effect. Stardust Force. Majestic Star Dragon's effect. Sublimation Drain. Majestic Star Dragon's effect. By returning it to my deck, I resurrect Stardust Dragon. Seven Swords Warrior's effect activates. Equip Blast. Seven Swords Warrior's effect activates. Turbo Warrior's effect. Twin Fists of Fury. Turbo Synchron's effect. Here's Debris Dragon's effect. My monster with 500 or fewer attack rises from my grave. Drill Warrior's effect. Drill Synchron's effect. Nitro Warrior's effect activates. Dynamite Impact. Nitro Synchron's effect. Power Tool Dragon's effect. Power Search. Formula Synchron's effect activates. And Black Rose Dragon's effect activates. Go! Black Rose Gale. Black Rose Dragon's effect. Black Binding Bloom. Black Winged Dragon's effect. Black Winged Burst. When I have a tuner, I can bring back Quillbolt Hedgehog. Take Mighty Warrior's effect. Rocket Knuckle. Righty Driver's effect special summons Lefty Driver. I'm not done. Take Lightning Warrior's effect. Lightning Ray. By synchro summoning Lifestream Dragon, my life points become 4,000. Red Dragon Archfiend's effect. Fiend Meteor. Red Dragon Archfiend's effect. Lefty Driver's effect. Road Warrior's effect activates. I summon a level 2 or lower warrior or machine from my deck. Road Synchron's effect. Stardust Chronicle Spark Dragon's effect activates. Sonic Guard. When Stardust Chronicle is destroyed, destroyed. Its effect activates. I special summon a dragon-type Synchro Monster. Stardust Cipher Divine Dragon's effect. Sonic Shine Reversal. Stardust Cipher's effect activates from my graveyard. Resurrect Stardust. Stardust Spark Dragon's effect. Sonic Barrier. Dragon Knight Draco Aquiste effect activates. Jet Warrior's effect. Jet Synchron's effect. Special summoning Crimson Dragon lets me use this effect. Crimson Dragon activates its effect. Cosmic Quasar Dragon activates its effect. I banish Cosmic Quasar Dragon to activate its effect. I activate Shooting Majestic Star Dragon's effect. I banish Shooting Majestic Star Dragon to negate the effect. I banish a tuner from the graveyard to use Tech Genus Expansion's effect. Shooting Star Dragon Tech Genus Expansion activates its effect. Shooting Star Dragon Tech Genus Expansion activates from the graveyard. Since I Synchro summoned Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon, I activate Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon's effect. By Synchro summoning Shooting Riser Dragon, I can do this. I activate Shooting Riser Dragon's effect. Special summoning Night Winged Cleric lets me use her effect. I discard a card to activate Night Winged Cleric's effect. Synchro summoning Satellite Warrior lets me use its effect. Satellite Warrior's effect activates when it's destroyed. Synchro summoning Junk Warrior Extreme gives it an effect. I banish Junk Warrior Extreme to activate its effect. Synchro summoning Junk Speeder lets me use its effect. Synchro summoning my Speeder this turn activates its effect. Signal Warrior's effect activates. I remove signal counters to use Signal Warrior's effect. Scrap Warrior can use its effect when it's Synchro summoned. Destroying Junk Warrior Assault Mode activates its effect. Wheel Synchron activates its effect. I activate Wheel Synchron's effect from the graveyard. Earthquake Giant activates its effect. Max Warrior's effect activates. Stardust Trail can activate from my hand or graveyard. Using Stardust Trail to Synchro summon activates its effect. Stardust Synchron can activate from the hand or graveyard. Stardust Synchron activates its effect. Bright Star Dragon activates its effect. I activate Zero Gardna's effect. I activate Ghost Gardna's effect. Ghost Gardna's effect activates when it's destroyed. I activate Healing Wave Generator's effect. Starlight Wave! I send Stronghold Guardian from my hand to the graveyard. I activate Gauntlet Warrior's effect. I activate Shield Warrior's effect from my graveyard. I activate Steam Synchron's effect. Revolution Synchron activates its effect from my graveyard. Tricular's effect activates when it's destroyed in battle. Bicular's effect activates when it's destroyed in battle. Sending Sonic Warrior to the graveyard activates its effect. I activate Doppel Warrior's effect from my hand. Using Doppel Warrior to Synchro summon activates its effect. I activate Junk Converter's effect from my hand. Using Junk Converter to Synchro summon activates its effect. I activate Assault Sonic Warrior's effect from my hand. Summoning Assault Sonic Warrior lets me activate its effect. I used Assault Sonic Warrior to Synchro summon. Summoning Full Speed Warrior lets me activate its effect. I activate Rush Warrior's effect from my hand. I banish Rush Warrior from the graveyard to use its effect. I activate Assault Synchron's effect from my hand. I banish Assault Synchron from my graveyard. I activate Satellite Synchron's effect from my hand. I activate Satellite Synchron's effect. Synchron Carrier activates its effect. Anchorbolt Hedgehog's effect activates from the graveyard. Using Tuningware to Synchro summon activates its effect. Level Eater activates its effect from my graveyard. I activate Swift Scarecrow's effect from my hand. A tuner to the graveyard activates Crossroads Sonic Chick. Stardust Shalong's effect activates from my graveyard. Stardust Phantom activates its effect when it's destroyed. I banish Stardust Phantom from my graveyard. Stardust Worm can activate from the hand or the graveyard. I activate Stardust Worm's effect. Shining Star Dragon activates its effect from my hand. The card I drew was Converging Will's Dragon. I activate Converging Will's Dragon's effect. Okay, I know what to do. I need your help. I'm counting on you. I summon a monster. I summon a monster in defense position. I special summon a monster. I tribute a monster. I tribute summon a monster. Tribute summon! I fusion summon a monster! Fusion summon! I ritual summon a monster! Ritual summon! I synchro summon a monster! Synchro summon! I Xyz summon a monster! Xyz summon! I pendulum summon a monster! Pendulum summon! I link summon a monster! Link summon! I maximum summon a monster! Maximum summon! I fusion summon a monster! Fusion summon! I contact fusion a monster! Contact fusion! I ritual summon a monster! Ritual summon! Come on in, Excel Synchron! Come on out, Armory Arm! The Tuner Monster Effect Veiler! The mighty, the majestic, Ancient Fairy Dragon! Level 5, Catapult Warrior! Here's the Tuner Monster, Quick Draw Synchron! The Tuner Monster, Quick Span Knight! Gravity Warrior! Cosmic Blazar Dragon! The Evolution of Light! Shooting Quasar Dragon! Appear, Shooting Star Dragon! Ready your bow, Junk Archer! Appear, Junk Warrior! Come, Junk Gardener! The Tuner Monster Junk Synchron! Junk Destroyer has arrived to annihilate! Roar! Junk Berserker! Here comes Junk Karibo! Scarred Warrior! Stardust Assault Warrior! Appear! Stardust Warrior! Stardust Charge Warrior! Appear! Stardust Dragon Assault Mode! Take flight! Stardust Dragon! Sprint on in, Speed Warrior! Come forth, Majestic Star Dragon! Seven Swords Warrior! Rev your engines, Turbo Warrior! The Tuner Monster Turbo Synchron! The Tuner Monster Debris Dragon! Drill Warrior's here to pulverize! The Tuner Monster Drill Synchron! Burn, Nitro Warrior! The Tuner Monster Nitro Synchron! The monster with some major motor! Power Tool Dragon! The Synchro Tuner Formula Synchron! Appear, Black Rose Dragon! Soar to power, Black Wing Dragon! Come, Quillbolt Hedgehog! Level 6 Mighty Warrior! The Tuner Monster Righty Driver! Present yourself, Lightning Warrior! Evolve, Lifestream Dragon! My friend's very soul, Red Dragon Archfiend! Come, Lefty Driver! Floor it, Road Warrior! Here comes the Tuner Monster Road Synchron! Speed on in, Sonic Chick! This card will bring about a miracle! The Tuner Monster Majestic Dragon! Stardust Chronicle Spark Dragon! Welcome Level 12 Stardust Cipher Divine Dragon! Stardust Spark Dragon! Come here, Dragon Knight Draco Aquiste! Blast off, Jet Warrior! Here's my Tuner Monster Jet Synchron! I call upon your aid! Crimson Dragon! The Light of Hope! Cosmic Quasar Dragon! Descend from the light! Shooting Majestic Star Dragon! Our bond is reborn! Shooting Star Dragon Tech Genus Expansion! Take flight! Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon! Soar to the heavens! Shooting Riser Dragon! Come out! Night-Winged Cleric! Take to the field! Satellite Warrior! Appear! Junk Warrior Extreme! Rage through the winds! Junk Speeder! Here comes Signal Warrior! Let's go! Scrap Warrior! Appear! Junk Warrior Assault Mode! Turret Warrior! I special summon Backup Warrior! The Tuner Monster! Wheel Synchron! Earthquake Giant! My Tuner Monster! Hyper Synchron! Max Warrior! Stardust Trail! My Tuner Monster, Stardust Synchron, Bright Star Dragon, Zero Gardener, Ghost Gardener, Healing Wave Generator, Stronghold Guardian, Gauntlet Warrior, Shield Warrior, the Tuner Monster Steam Synchron, Level Warrior. Here's my Tuner Monster. Revolution Synchron, Tricular, Bicular, Unicycular, Sonic Warrior, Doppel Warrior, Fortress Warrior, I special summon Card Breaker, Shield Wing, Junk Converter, Assault Sonic Warrior, Full Speed Warrior, Rush Warrior, the Tuner Monster Assault Synchron, my Tuner Monster, Satellite Synchron. Synchron Carrier. Anchor Bolt Hedgehog. Tuning Wear. Level Eater. Swift Scarecrow. Crossroads Sonic Chick. My Tuner Monster. Scrap Synchron. Stardust Xiaolong. Stardust Phantom. Stardust Worm. The Tuner Monster. Shining Star Dragon. The Tuner Monster. Converging Wills Dragon. Battle. I'm not scared to attack. Let's battle. Take this. Go. Here I go. This is the strength of our bond. This will end you. My monster attacks. I attack with my monster. Attack. My monster attacks you directly. I attack you directly. Excel Synchron attacks. Attack Armory Arm. Effect Veiler. Attack. Ancient Fairy Dragon attacks. Eternal Sunshine. Catapult Warrior attacks. Quick Draw Synchron attacks. My Quick Span Knight attacks. Gravity Warrior attacks. Grand Cross. Attack Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Attack Shooting Quasar Dragon. The Burst of Creation. Shooting Star Dragon attacks. Falling Star Slam. Fire Junk Archer. Scrap Arrow. Junk Warrior. Attack. Scrap Fist. Junk Gardna attacks. Junk Synchron attacks. Junk Destroyer attacks. Fists of Ferocity. Junk Berserker. Send him to the scrap heap. Junk Karibo attacks. Scarred Warrior. Attack. Brave Dagger. Stardust Assault Warrior attacks. Shooting Driver. Stardust Warrior attacks. Stardust Charge Warrior attacks. Shooting Crusher. Attack. Stardust Dragon Assault Mode. Assault Sonic Burn. Attack Stardust Dragon. Cosmic Flare. You have the green light, Speed Warrior. Attack. Hypersonic Slash. Majestic Star Dragon attacks. Sonic Blaster. Let's go, Seven Swords Warrior. Seven Sword Slash. Take him out, Turbo Warrior. Excel Slash. Turbo Synchron. Attack. Debris Dragon attacks. Attack Drill Warrior. Whirlwind Winder. Drill Warrior attacks! Attack Nitro Warrior! Dynamite Crunch! Nitro Synchron! Attack! Power Tool Dragon! Attack! Crafty Break! Attack Formula Synchron! Black Rose Dragon attacks! Black Rose Flare! Attack! Black Winged Dragon! Shadow Squall Blast! Quillbolt Hedgehog! Stick it to him! Mighty Warrior attacks! Mighty Knuckle! Righty Driver attacks! Lightning Warrior attack! Lightning Punisher! Lifestream Dragon attacks! Beautiful Life! Red Dragon Archfiend attacks! Absolute Power Force! Lefty Driver attacks! Road Warrior attacks! Lightning Claw! Road Synchron attacks! Sonic Chick attacks! Majestic Dragon attacks! Attack! Stardust Chronicle Spark Dragon! Shooting Shine Blast! Attack! Stardust Cipher Divine Dragon! Shooting Nova Blast! Stardust Spark Dragon attacks! Shooting Blast! Go Dragon Knight Draco Aqueist! Spiral Javelin! Jet Warrior! Get him! Jet Synchron attacks! Crimson Dragon! Attack! Go Cosmic Quasar Dragon! Attack! Shooting Majestic Star Dragon! Blast him away! Shooting Star Dragon Tech Genus Expansion! Attack! Attack, Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon! Cosmic Flare! Shooting Riser Dragon! Attack! Attack, Nightwing Cleric! Satellite Warrior attacks! Junk Warrior Extreme! Attack! Junk Speeder! Attack! Signal Warrior! Attack! Scrap Warrior! Turn him to scrap! Go, Junk Warrior Assault Mode! Attack! Attack, Turret Warrior! Rapid Blast Barrage! Backup Warrior! Attack! Rapid Blast Barrage! Wheel Synchron! Attack! Attack, Earthquake Giant! Hyper Synchron attacks! Attack, Max Warrior! Swift Rush! Stardust Trail! Attack! Attack, Stardust Synchron! Bright Star Dragon! Attack! Attack, Zero Gardna! Ghost Gardna! Attack! Healing Wave Generator! Attack! Stronghold Guardian! Attack! Gauntlet Warrior! Attack! Attack Shield Warrior! Steam Synchron! Attack! Level Warrior attacks! Attack Revolution Synchron! Tricular! Attack! Bicular! Attack! Unicycular! Attack! Attack Sonic Warrior! Doppel Warrior! Attack! Fortress Warrior! Attack! My card breaker attacks! Shield Wing! Attack! Attack, Junk Converter! Assault Sonic Warrior! Attack! Full Speed Warrior! Attack! Rush Warrior! Attack! Attack, Assault Synchron! Satellite Synchron! Attack! Synchron Carrier! Attack! Anchor Bolt Hedgehog! Attack! Tuning Wear! Attack! Attack, Level Eater! Swift Scarecrow! Attack! Crossroad Sonic Chick! Attack! Attack, Scrap Synchron! Stardust Xiaolong! Attack! Attack, Stardust Phantom! Stardust Worm! Attack! Shining Star Dragon! Attack! Converging Wills Dragon! Attack! I set a card. I'll set a card. I set a monster. I'll set a monster. Let's see what you can do. I end my turn. I end my turn. I'm not giving up. I end my turn. I can't let my guard down yet. I end my turn. That ends my turn. I end my turn. So that's your move. I can't let you push me around. Not bad. Your power is unbelievable. I won't give up. You're the toughest I've faced. This is a victory for the Enforcers. If you leave right now, I promise I won't end you. One of our goals is now complete. You'll never defeat the Duel Gangs playing like that. Sorry, Jack. Crow. Callan. I can't abandon my friends. I can't save anyone if I keep dueling like this. Ha. Nice. What? So this is what you were going for. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Let's ride! Feel the strength of the Enforcers! Our fight ends here. The first step is to win this duel. Whoever loses will have their duel disc destroyed. Until we have a winner, no one's going anywhere. You should never have disrespected dueling. We were able to make Satellite safer one district at a time. We accomplished what we set out to do, but you wanted more. Callan craved the competition and got out of control. But I didn't have it in me to abandon him. You want to take on Sector Security? That's crazy. I can't be a part of this plan. You're not thinking clearly. If you're gonna do this, you'll have to do it on your own. I should have known that nothing would change your mind. I'm the leader of the Enforcers. I'll turn myself in. Let's clean up the streets. The Enforcers are in control. You can win this. I leave the rest to you. I'm sorry. Forget about me. Escape while you can. There's no team tougher than the Enforcers. The magic that lives in each creature merge and become one. Synchro Summon! Arrive from beyond the event horizon. Synchro Summon! It's time to rev it up. The stars unite to rush to the future. Form the Road of Light. Delta Excel Synchro! I'll rev it up to blast through my limitations. The stars unite to brighten the future. Form the Road of Light. Limit over Excel Synchro! Let's rev it up! Spread your wings and soar to new heights! Be transformed by the winds of destiny! Excel Synchro! The spirits merge to form the arrow that pierces the sky! Synchro Summon! Even the tiniest scrap has value, and this monster will prove it! Synchro Summon! Fragments of steel merge into an impenetrable shield! Synchro Summon! Behold, as sharp steel and ironclad alloy forge together. Synchro Summon! The anger rages into an unquenchable fever. Synchro Summon! Wearing the marks of endless wars, his spirit still burns. Synchro Summon! Wake the world as you lance the heavens. Synchro Summon! Strike with a fist that crushes the strongest steel. Excel Synchro! Ride the wind and rain with your sacred wings! Synchro Summon! The hopes of the world coalesce into a single star! Let's rev it up! Synchro Summon! When the stars shine as one, they point towards a miracle! Let's rev it up! Synchro Summon! Cleave the light! Synchro Summon! Watch as I shift my power to overdrive! Synchro Summon! Here's a gargantuan that grinds the greatest garrisons! Synchro Summon! Time to break down the barriers you've put in my path! Synchro Summon! Machine and might combine to bring peace to the world! Synchro Summon! Power and speed surge towards each other and collide to create pure might! Synchro Summon! A cold flame envelops the world. Black flower bloom! Synchro Summon! The black whirlwind turns into wings to fly to the sky. Synchro Summon! Courage and power lead to a revolution for peace. Synchro Summon! The pulse of the ruler roars through the heavens and earth. Synchro Summon! This monster will blaze a path all the way to my victory. Synchro Summon! Fill this world with the tracks of shooting stars! Excel Synchro! The ancient stars purify the world! Excel Synchro! The single ray of light pierces through the ocean of stars! Synchro Summon! I've decided to unite your powers into one! Fusion Summon! Our spirits unite to create a new future! Let's rev it up! Limit over Excel Synchro! Our hearts combine into a brilliant miracle. Let's rev it up! Synchro Summon! My soul bonds with the hearts of my friends. Illuminate our future. Excel Synchro! Our hopes converge into a new orbit among the stars. Let's rev it up! Synchro Summon! Even the tiniest scrap has infinite promise. Let's rev it up! Synchro Summon! The wind swirls faster than the speed of sound. Let's rev it up! Synchro Summon! Clad in armor, its strength evolves beyond the imaginable. Ready? Set? Duel! Here we go! Get ready for the rush! Let's rev it up! Turbo Rush Duel! Yusei Fudo! Go Rush!